Folks, it's our lightweight Muay Thai title bout. 5 rounds of action to crown a brand new lightweight Muay Thai champion here tonight in Hallandale Beach.
Joined by Lisa Salter. Lisa with a Z, obviously. How are you, Lisa?
What's up, guys? I'm here.
All right, folks, the action will continue right now. Let's welcome to the cage challenger number 1 and fighter number 1 here for our co-main event of the evening. He is out of the blue corner. Please welcome Daniel Alley Cat McElroy.
The Alley Cat, Daniel McElroy, making his way to the cage now. He is a lanky fella at 6'2". Got some cool hair on him. Lisa with a Z.
Yeah.
Pleasure to have you. To what do I owe the great pleasure?
You know what? It's a great night here at Gulfstream for Action Fight League, and I definitely love Daniel McElroy. He's an exciting fighter. Technical fighter. He said he is going to put on a show for us tonight, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Muay Thai guy through and through. I've called him in other promotions. Good to have him here in AFL as well. So now you're here, you're covering the events. You are definitely keeping the spotlight where it needs to be on South Florida combat sports. What's happening with you? Plug the show. Get it done.
You know what? Yeah, we came in the building to do some post-fight interviews, cover some media, get some good walkouts for you, and just have a good night. MMA is what we love to do here in Florida in combat sports, and Peace with the Z podcast definitely represents that. Enjoy watching this walkout tonight.
Yeah, hey, there we see David Troach in the background looking tall.
Yeah.
No, wait. Always good to see David Troach, long mainstay here. And again, the energy brought by McElroy is always pretty impressive. Now, I mean, you're making fights happen with this podcast. You're covering fights. You're letting people call people out. What got you into it?
You know what? I was a single stay-at-home mom one day, and I decided to, take a kickboxing class. And after some time, I saw my coaches, they saw my development, and I got interested into, getting into the striking cast and Muay Thai, kickboxing. And then as time progressed, I made my way to the cage this year, as you know.
As I do know, I was very, very fortunate to call that. You can find that it's got, I don't know, a couple 100,000 views or whatever on the YouTube. Pleasure to have you against Lisa's son. Honor to call that fight, but you're doing a lot. What made you want to do the podcast thing and really just kind of get these other fighters opportunity to really tell their story?
You know what? I started the podcast during the quarantine when there was no fights happening. All the gyms are closed, so we couldn't fight. So I wanted to talk about fights and give the fighters a platform, talk about what they're training, their life story, how they got started, and just shining a spotlight on their journey from amateur to pro. I've been fortunate to watch a lot of amateurs grow throughout the last couple years, and I'm watching them perform at their highest peak, and I love being able to tell their stories right after with the post-fight interviews.
Absolutely. I've had the pleasure of commentating amateur debuts for people who would later become Titan FC champions and UFC fighters. So it's very, very fun, very cool to have you giving them, that library of footage of them talking, of them, as you said, kind of journaling their journey, really putting it out there. That's very, very cool for people like you to not only fight, but also to lift up in other avenues. So greatly appreciate it. I hardly ever do a show without seeing you there.
And now we welcome to the cage fighter number 2 out of the red corner. He is a challenger number 2, Bryan Burgos.
So I know you're a little familiar with Bryan Burgos at a King's Muay Thai and Daniel McElroy. Are you going to pick a winner?
You know what? I don't like to pick winners.
I understand.
I do. I observed all the fighters in the back tonight. Daniel's been excited since the moment I saw him. I want to say this next fighter coming up, he's been very calm, reserved, focused, very into with his inner Bruce Lee, I would say. So I'm excited to see what the outcome of this fight. I definitely know that McElroy likes to throw some high kicks and give out a lot of energy, so we'll see how this fight turns out tonight.
Yeah, he likes to be flashy. He likes to entertain. Of course, both guys that we see, they are wearing the elbow pads because they are allowed to throw elbow, spinning, striking, swiping, whatever you want to do.
Very nice.
So very, very excited for that. It's kind of a new addition to the amateur scene here the last year or so. I like it.
I like it. You know what? It gives us a challenge to prepare for the pros because you can train all you want an elbow in the gym, but it's nothing like actually getting in the cage and getting hit by one. So
100%
now the
correct.
amateurs are preparing for that level.
Is that something you're going to do? Now you've done kickboxing. Are you looking to do Muay Thai with elbows in the future?
You know what? I would love to throw elbow, definitely. I practice it in the gym, and I would love to put it into play, but we'll see what next year is looking like for me.
I would love to see it as well. All righty, we don't have a tell the tape to go to, Lisa, but we're going to go here. So I got to ask you tonight, a couple big fights. Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira, who you picking?
I'm going to go Israel. You know what? He's a good fighter to me. I absolutely love him. He's a champion.
Great fighter. All righty. Blake Chadwick, we got a fight from us right now between two kickboxers, don't we?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is your Action Fight League co-main event of the evening and is set in the AFL Lightweight Muay Thai division and is for the AFL Vacant Lightweight Muay Thai Championship. Set with 5 2-minute rounds of action. Your co-main event is presented by Maria. Introducing first, to my left, fighting out of the blue corner, he is challenger number 1. This Muay Thai specialist stands at 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 155 pounds. He enters this fight with an amateur Muay Thai record of 5 wins and 3 losses. And fighting out of Black Lotus and Parabellum Thai Boxing and West Palm Beach, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Alley Cat McElroy.
Very good one.
And his opponent across the cage to my right, fighting out of the red corner, he is challenger number 2. This Muay Thai specialist stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 156 pounds. He enters this fight with an amateur Muay Thai record of 3 wins and 2 losses. And fighting out of King's Muay Thai in Stewart, Florida, he is Bryan Burgos.
Needs a nickname.
The referee assigned this fight, Ray
You
Ramos.
should give him one.
Maybe I will. Let's see how he wins. Let's see if he wins this fight.
Let's go.
If he wins, it'll depend on how. That's how you're going to nicknames. How you win.
True.
Vacant 155-pound amateur Muay Thai title here on the line. 5-3. Daniel McElroy, a bit more experience than the 3-1 Bryan Burgos. Lisa with a Z. It was an honor to be joined by you, beautiful lady.
Absolutely. Thank you, Blake, for having me. All right, let's watch this fight.
Will be my pleasure. She's going to go cover the fight for her podcast. Blake Chadwick is back with me now. And
From a Z to a B.
From a Z to a B.
As we're here, Blake, co-main event of the evening, vacant lightweight Muay Thai championship, 2 experienced amateurs in there.
Yep, and no offense, but the scenery around here got a little bit worse just now.
I do what I can, my friend. But nonetheless, Daniel
lot of
Alley-Cat
range.
McElroy, a lot of heart and determination in this young man.
A lot of range for McElroy as well. Love to see him using that, but the problem is with his elbow pads, he's going to want to get in and get close and use the elbows. I can't say I don't want to see it.
Both of these men, Muay Thai specialists.
Yeah.
As Alley-Cat having some difficulty right now as Burgos.
Good left hand from Burgos, by the way, as Alley-Cat was charging in. Now, one thing for Alley-Cat being with his height advantage, if he wants to fight on the inside, the knees will get there very, very quickly, but he can't need the head, but knees to the sternum are a sun gun.
On paper, a 3-inch height advantage here for the Alley-Cat.
Height does not always translate into usable reach, but he does have a reach advantage as well. But again, looking to stab with the elbow on the way in.
Tied up right here, neither man able to really gain an advantage. As Burgos trying
Good
to push him
elbow
off,
there.
looking for the leg sweep there is Alley-Cat.
I think Ramos is going to tell him you can't spike to the back of the head. Fair enough.
Of course, the elbows are legal. As Alley-Cat here, trying to keep some distance between him and Burgos.
Good
Burgos,
work
nice
by Burgos.
combination.
Yeah. What Alley-Cat does not want to do is have his posture broken like that and allow Burgos to hold him in a tight clinch with his head down. That will be bad all day long. He will lose any leverage that he has.
Burgos trying to push forward here. Alley-Cat again Putting a lot of effort in.
Good long right hand.
Burgos didn't have that spinning back fist where he wanted it.
No,
and
he
that
did
brings
not.
us to the end of our first 2 minutes of action. But Blake Bowman, we're going 5 rounds in this title fight.
5 rounds, 1 down, possibly 4 to go. Filling out process. Traditionally in Muay Thai, you start off slow in the first round anyway and work your way up. And that's something that McElroy really, really lives, that Muay Thai lifestyle. You see he does everything that you would see in Lumpini when he's coming out here. Burgos, also a Muay Thai guy, but definitely more of a modern kickboxer, as it were.
Sure. And, of course, the Alley Cat here recently changing gyms, having some success, picking up a big victory back on July 2nd, the last time the Action Fight League brought you some combat sports in the Margate area, the Miramar area. And now here, Hallandale Beach closing out 2022, heading on to 2023. We know coming up in late January, Blake, will we be at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for a big event there? You have to imagine the winner of this looking to defend that championship on that January evening.
I'd be looking for it to happen. You would have to think so, because as an amateur, the one thing you want is as much experience as possible. So if you're a champion, you got a little bit of ego in there with it as well. Either one of these guys would be chomping at the bit.
So round number 2 begins here. The sign of respect before the bell, of course, traditional in Muay Thai. And Alley Cat coming out with a flurry off the bell.
Yeah. Yep. Nice, good use of the teep kicks there. Good triple jab.
Oh, what a combination right there.
An elbow didn't really land, but his heart was in the right place.
From all different angles, Bryan Burgos, and there's Alley Cat shrugging him right off, and Burgos hits the deck yet again.
Yeah, good job of catching that knee coming in, sweeping the foot. Classic stuff there out of Alley Cat.
And Burgos, you can really see the size differential here.
Yeah. And the thing is that despite the height advantage, it's not that Alley Cat looks incredibly stringy next to Burgos, you know.
Burgos appears to have a little bit more meat on that bone, and that's another takedown there.
Oh, yeah.
By the Alley Cat.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. And we were talking earlier in the kickboxing bouts, that's not something that we really score. In Muay Thai, that should be weighed by the judges.
And to that point, Blake, taking a look at the judges, as Alley Cat nearly connected with a very vicious kick, which would have been extremely dangerous in that situation.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, taking a look at what Alley Cat's been able to do throughout the first round and a half here, what do you think the judges are looking at?
I think that if this is a Muay Thai fight, which it is, and you're scoring this as a classic Muay Thai fight, you have to be giving it to Alley Cat right now.
Burgos goes for a kick, and once again, sweeping the leg is the Alley Cat. And it looks like Burgos might have caught him on the way down there, certainly not intentional.
No. Well, it's kind of an up kick, but yeah, not intentional, no.
As we're nearing the end of our second round, Alley Cat does appear to be in the driver's seat here, Blake.
Yeah, Alley Cat chopping away those legs there.
And Burgos certainly appears to be game, not backing down from the challenge.
Now, Burgos is trying to lead with a lot of elbows from the outside, too. I don't hate that.
Burgos looking to maybe catch the Alley Cat with something.
Good little right hand, left hand there.
Caught him maybe with an
Good
uppercut.
work there. I think he might have wobbled him. Might have wobbled the cat.
It did look like it wobbled him. He tried to counter with a takedown, couldn't sweep the leg, but an interesting way to end that second round in the favor of Bryan Burgos.
And again, a not very authoritative bell there. I never even heard it, if we're being honest. A lot of reaching teats from Alley Cat here. Not that he wouldn't want to do that. There was another one.
As you see Alley Cat with a flurry. Might have
caught
connected
that leg
right there, and again, that takedown out of the clinch.
Yeah, kind of shelved that leg before he took him down. That was just a blast double, and he was down into that kick. And
that's really those 3 inches for the Alley Cat right there.
It looks like more than 3 inches, am I right?
It certainly appears to be in real time.
Another one. Yeah, another one.
And again, the Alley Cat working at a high level here.
Yeah.
Throughout the first 2 rounds, Blake, it does look like it's favoring Daniel Alley Cat right here.
It does. And I mentioned earlier that I don't hate Burgos leading with those elbows from the outside. He's already got to crash the range of Alley Cat, which Alley Cat is not necessarily working to stay on the outside. He's happy to be in the clinch. So if you got to crash at the punch, crash at an elbow. In my opinion, the elbow would do more damage than the 16-ounce gloves.
Ray Ramos reiterating the rules quickly before we begin round number 3 here. Bryan Burgos in the red corner, Daniel Alley Cat McElroy in the black corner. Or excuse me, in the blue corner, wearing the black.
No. There's a black corner.
They're all black. As the Alley Cat right here, trying to press forward a bit. And Burgos finally trips him up a bit, and the Alley Cat stumbles into the cage.
Yeah, McElroy trying to fade, got his heel caught there. Some good, good right hand and right elbow from Burgos. He's sneaking those in there.
Burgos is indeed looking to favor those elbows, as that could be his bread and butter, and that could be what could shift this fight back his direction.
Nice kick from Burgos there. There you go.
Burgos again, the elbow.
And a good right hand.
Catches Alley Cat stumbling here. This could be an opening for Burgos.
Yeah, Alley Cat looking to wrestle here. He got hit with something. Got hit with a good right hand, right elbow that had him kind of wobbled.
Bryan Burgos certainly might have found an opening, the proverbial light at the end of the tunnel.
He still has 2 rounds to work.
Oh, Burgos, huge connection right there. As Alley Cat has to be a bit stunned after that one.
Yeah, he's got a noggin. Those right hands are open.
And Burgos again.
Yep.
Catching him with some shots right here. Burgos trips up.
Yep.
And Alley Cat trying to swing the tide back his direction. This 3rd round has been largely in favor of Bryan Burgos. Oh, and Burgos again, what a combination. Sneaking some shots in there, Blake, catches him with an elbow.
Yeah, a couple elbows got mixed in as well. I love it. Another good knee, and Alley Cat is just charging and wrestling here.
And Burgos essentially just launched into the cage.
Yeah.
You can see a bit of frustration there out of our red corner.
Yeah, well, I think he knows that he's starting to get the better of the exchanges and landing, because the only offense that Alley Cat has had last minute has been this takedown.
Burgos starting to see some daylight indeed here, Blake.
Good right hand.
Coming back with some excellent combinations throughout this entire 3rd round.
Another good right hand.
From the uppercuts to the crosses and, of course, the elbows.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of round number 3. And now we're heading to a very interesting final 2 frames.
Yeah, Burgos doing a really good job of throwing the right hand and then resetting with an elbow. I really like that. I really like that combination.
As you see Alley Cat here a bit on his heels, Burgos pressing forward a bit.
Yeah.
And again, getting those combinations working here, Blake,
elbow
slipping that
top,
left in, connecting with the right.
Yeah, that hurt him.
And those elbows have been effective.
They certainly have been. They're landing and scoring. I don't know how much they're actually hurting McElroy, but they are landing and scoring with relative often occurrence, frequency.
So, McElroy was able to get a sweep there towards the end of the round, but you see again,
another good elbow.
What a great flurry and combination by Bryan Burgos. Blake Bowman, we're heading into this 4th round. It seems like Bryan Burgos starting to figure out his offensive attack and what is going to work against Daniel McElroy.
Yeah, McElroy was kind of mixing everything up in the first 2 rounds, and then the last half of the 3rd round there turned into not much more than takedowns for McElroy. Burgos doing a lot of work on the inside there, a lot of good elbow leads, and again elbowing off the right hand reset, caught a kick. A lot of good counters there. Round number 4 underway here. We're in championship rounds. Caught the kick, did Burgos, but somehow McElroy with the sweep.
And Burgos going down again, a theme we've certainly seen throughout the first 3+ rounds of this fight. Burgos does continue to press forward. Alley Cat's head a bit down there. I don't know how smart that is.
He's looking to throw a spinning elbow. He's looking to bring Burgos in to throw that spinning elbow.
And again, you see Burgos, that body language showing off some frustration here. Alley Cat trying to slip one in there, and Burgos takes down Daniel McElroy.
Yeah, now Alley Cat looking to spin there. Ray Ramos should not have actually helped him up. He should have to get up on his own accord.
And McElroy, taking a look at his face here, very well could be a bit gassed.
Yeah, another good right hand there from Burgos. McElroy was the one yelling for 5 rounds, though, so he thinks he's got it in the tank.
Oh, and McElroy sweeps the leg yet again, and Burgos hits the deck. I think that's the 5th time in this fight.
At least. No, he had 3 in the first 2 rounds, yeah.
As McElroy looking to swing the tide here back his way in round number 4. This has been pretty back and forth throughout the first minute plus.
A good left hook from Burgos here would serve him very, very well. McElroy's looking to dip out. He's dropping that right hand early.
The one thing that has certainly seemed to work, Blake, for Bryan Burgos are those elbows.
And the right hand has been landing well for him, too.
And McElroy once again catches that left leg and sends Burgos down to the canvas.
Yep. Telling you, a nice left hook or a left lead to the head from the kick.
And down goes Burgos there. Looks like he might have slipped on his own accord.
Yeah.
And you can really see that frustration setting in.
Good leg kick there from Burgos.
And Daniel McElroy there, he pops right down.
He slipped.
And Ray Ramos brings him right back to a vertical base here. Final sequence of round number 4. Burgos looks like he might have caught him.
Yeah, good body shot.
Alley Cat looks stunned. And Burgos, I'm not sure if he caught him in the back of the head or not.
I think so.
As of course that was inadvertent, but nonetheless, that brings us to the end of our 4th round. Blake Bowman, let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Boom. Yeah, and somehow Burgos catching the kick, but he ends up being the one getting swept. Very impressive. There was that spinning back elbow. It touched him from Alley Cat.
Certainly dazed him a bit. The light's on. I'm not sure anyone's home anymore.
Yeah. McElroy looking to spin, got hit with an elbow for his trouble. Ate Matt. Referee called it a slip. That could have been scored a takedown. I mean, a knockdown would change the round dramatically.
Certainly a nice job right there by the Alley Cat to impose his size on Bryan Burgos with that takedown. Burgos again trying another flurry right here.
Elbow, man.
It looked like once again, just like we saw towards the end of round number 2, Blake, Bryan Burgos seeing a bit of daylight towards the final parts of the frame.
Yeah, and I'm still not quite sure what happened there with that. Burgos was off balance, got shoved or took a little shot. Maybe the camera didn't catch it. I mean, it's not like he slipped and fell.
So one final round here, 2 more minutes to go. This has been a very even fight thus far. Usually you see this after round 5, not round 4.
Yeah, well, get it out of the way now. As long as they don't do it whenever they say, let's go. So the 2-minute round is now time to write each other love letters when the round starts.
Both fighters certainly leaving it all in the cage.
Good job. Good work
and
there.
Burgos, look at this
Burgos.
combination here. He's coming out with his hair on fire.
Yes, he is. Burgos looking to make a statement here, as he should. And again, well, stop bending at the waist to grab a single leg, and you won't get hit in the back of the head as much.
McElroy looked like he was trying to set something up, but Bryan Burgos once again coming back with a series of lefts. Beautiful combination, catches with a knee.
Yeah, good elbow upstairs as well. Burgos needs at least a knockdown here, I feel like, to cement a round. 10-8 round would be the difference maker, in my opinion.
Burgos certainly needs to dominate. He has done so thus far.
Good, man.
McElroy trying to cover up here. Burgos looks like he's found an opening, Blake.
Yeah, I think that McElroy might be
Burgos looking to slip one through.
Out of gas. Yep, there's your standing 8 count issued.
And that's the first one here.
That's as good as a knockdown.
As the Alley Cat, he's ready to continue. Ray Ramos going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. But Bryan Burgos here looking to turn that corner.
But that is massive. That makes us a 10-8 now for Burgos.
As Burgos here needs to continue to counter anything that the Alley Cat's able to throw out. And Burgos, look at this combination here, Blake.
Here it goes, yep.
That foot is indeed on the gas, but Burgos takes a tumble.
Yeah, just no balance. I didn't even really see a lot of kinetic from
the Alley Cat.
McElroy there.
He dished it out. I don't know if it was as effective as it appeared.
I don't know.
Burgos, what a jab right there with the right.
Get up. Yep. Burgos on the stalk here.
Bryan Burgos certainly sensing a bit of desperation right here, Blake. Final portion of round number 5 just catches him right on the nose. Does Bryan Burgos.
He's got to win. Oh, good right hand. Got to win every second here.
Beautiful combination here. This is certainly title fight worthy in our co-main event. Ray Ramos splits him up.
2-minute round. We should be about done.
And that brings us to the end. What an incredible fight that was.
That is that.
So we're taking a look at some of our highlights here.
Boom, some good work there. Yeah, a lot of Burgos here in this last round. Good knees there, body shots, a lot of good work upstairs. Really just kind of overwhelming elbows, punches, knees, and kicks. Burgos really on the overwhelming there in this. We see Burgos say, done circling, starts throwing some shots, landing good ones too.
Certainly connecting on several of those. With Daniel Alley Cat McElroy, that was the one time Burgos hit the deck in round number 5.
I still can't see what happened. Ray Ramos is in the way. How inconsiderate.
Was it necessarily due to the doing of Daniel McElroy?
Good
As Blake
right
Bowman,
hand.
I'm set to go get the judges' scores. What do you see?
That 10-8 round might have won it for Burgos in the last, if you ask me. Knockdown, it was an 8 count. That's a knockdown. It's a 10-8 round. I'm giving it to Burgos. Like butter, baby. Like butter. Butter Burgos? Go ahead and call him Butter because he's on a roll. What an entertaining display of something just a little bit different from Daniel McElroy and Bryan Burgos. Bryan Burgos still dancing around, McElroy putting on all the adornments. All righty, you're going to do this gimmick whether you like it or not. And of course, nothing more than a pure sign of respect, appreciation from McElroy. Again, keeping things as classically Thai as possible. Daniel McElroy with about 45 foot sweeps or catch leg takedowns there, just really pouring it on with the takedowns there. Landed some good elbows as well. Burgos a lot more active with the elbows. Wade Chadwick make it official. Either way, an entertaining fight and a different change of pace with these two guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for both of our co-main event title fighters. After 5 hard-fought rounds of action, we go to the judges' scores with judges' scores of 48-44, 49-47, and 48-47. Your winner by unanimous decision out of the red corner and new lightweight Muay Thai champion, Bryan Burgos.
Yeah, I think the knockdown edged out the scorecard for a couple of judges. Kind of how I saw it. Entertaining fight. Again, mixture. Both guys throwing a lot of elbows. Both guys catching kicks, looking to counter off a cog kick. So just a little different style of fight than the kickboxing earlier. We hope that you enjoyed that at home. And again, as stated by Blake Chadwick, we really hope that that Bryan Burgos is back in January to defend his title. We'd love to see that, maybe a rematch, who knows? Yeah, get out of here. I'm taking out the challenge.
Bryan Burgos, the brand new AFL lightweight Muay Thai champion, pushed the limit for 5 rounds by Daniel Alley Cat McElroy. Take us through this fight, talk about your opponent.
He's very tough. I know he was going to be technical. This was a really fun fight, and that's really all I have to say about that.
Bryan, it seemed like as the fight wore on, your combinations started to work. The elbows certainly were effective. Take us through your game plan and how you saw it play out here tonight.
Expect the unexpected. I prepared as best as I could. I'm a hard-working man. Ask anybody at my gym. I'm fucking good at that shit. Even now, I still always training. Gonna get better. That's all I can do.
So Bryan Burgos, you pick up a huge win right there, your 4th win in your amateur career. What's coming up next for you? Defending that title, or are we going another direction?
And I'm just going with the flow. I train as often and as hard as I can. Whatever comes my way, we'll see. I can't tell the future.
And you certainly come from a great camp who has a lot of success. Certainly give it up for Bryan Burgos, your brand new lightweight Muay Thai champion.